we are going to get started with let me write these down. Thursday night football, Patriots, Jets. Oh boy, what a doozy to start with. It's funny, we've got a really weird schedule. So we have the Thursday nighter and 2 Monday nighters on this because there's 2 Monday nighters, a 7:30 and an 8:30. Don't know why, and they're both AFC home games. But we'll start with the Jets and the Patriots. And before we do that, I'm going to get completely selfish here because I have a lineup conundrum myself. So you can answer my fucking sit-start question, motherfucker. All right. So this is a league where I have what looks to be a loaded team. I'm first overall, and it should be a loaded wide receiving core. But I only mention this because one of them is Garrett Wilson and a bunch of underperforming receivers. So I have to start 3 out of the 4. Garrett Wilson against the Patriots, J-Mo against the Cards, Shaheed against the Eagles, Ayuk against the Rams. Is it weird that I'm considering right now I have Ayuk on the bench, but I'm thinking, should I bench Wilson?
Consideration. I don't know how I feel, but I don't think I have the strength to do that myself. But is
it weird that Shaheed and J-Mo seem to be the must start out of the 4?
Yeah, like J-Mo's usage is like top 6 in the NFL. Shaheed's is like top 30, but like, dude, J-Mo's usage is absurd. Like, I can't bench J-Mo right now. Like, that's just
so who do I bench?
Yeah, you can't bench Shaheed right now either. And I agree with you. You're going to consider benching Wilson, but I think unfortunately the answer is probably Ayuk. The problem with benching Ayuk is Deebo Samuel's out, Christian McCaffrey's out.
I know.
And so it's really, really hard to sit him, but it could just be a ton of Mason and Kittle like it has been.
Mm-hmm. And Wilson gets a bad matchup, though. Two. Like, we're going to talk about that. That's why I brought it up, because our first game is Patriots-Jets, and, like, it's a bad matchup for Wilson. Everything in me says bench Wilson and play Ayuk, except I'm not sure I've got the stones to do it. That's the problem. I don't know if I physically have enough courage to do this.
Fair. It's tough, man. It's tough. I feel
all right. Okay, we've who would have thought that 3 weeks in, J-Mo and Shaheed were the must start? But anyways, so we've got the quarterbacks here. Neither am I really looking to start. We've got Rodgers and Brissett. The relevant running backs, we've got Stevenson, Breece Hall, and then Braylon Allen. Not sure how relevant Braylon Allen is. I seen him go for like 75% on the waiver wire in some leagues. I'm not sure why. Garrett Wilson, as we just talked about, a whole collection of guys between the 2 wide receiving cores here. I don't know what to think. Hunter Henry, Tyler. Like, this is a messy game with 2 above average defenses. Okay. I think you have to start Breece Hall. I'm probably must starting with Stevenson and Wilson. But like I said, with Wilson right now, it's scenario based. Where do we even begin here? This game's got a lot of questions and 2 really good defenses and 2 messy offenses.
Yeah, I was telling Jeremy off screen, like, Ramondre Stevenson has the highest expected points per game in the league. I think only Saquon Barkley, a running back, has higher expected points per game than Ramondre. So, like, his usage is off the charts. You got to play him. Like, I get it. It's a bad matchup, but you have to have some really good running backs to consider benching him just because of the way the Patriots are deploying him. Like, he's their entire offense. So, yeah, like, I'm firing both these guys up if I have them. I get it. Like, it's an ugly game. These quarterbacks are kind of the issue. We'll talk about that later. But, yeah, it's outside those guys and Garrett Wilson. Like, there's not really anybody you want to play. I mean, maybe Hunter Henry. I guess you can do Hunter Henry.
Dobbins in a mid to late 2025 for a top 5.
Why would somebody do this? Okay, like, this is a fantastic deal for you, Jamie, but, like, why would someone make this deal on the other side? Like, I don't understand why people – like, this is what I'm talking about with Dobbins. Like, people are getting out of control with how they view him.
Yes, they are.
So people who are
like, you give me an early second or one of those players, and I am fine. Like, partying.
Well, it's people who think they're in win now and assume that because he was awesome in 2 weeks, he's going to be the exact same for the rest of it. But these situations never last.
He's like splitting work down the middle, not getting goal-line carries, and no passing game usage. I'm like, how the freak is this guy going to be a top 12 running back? Like, it's just really difficult for him. Like, I love him.
I'll take it. That's one of those situations where even if you can't afford to lose Dobbins in your starting lineup, you probably do it anyways for the top 5 pick. But
yeah, 100%.
Should I trade Achane for Engram? Achane and Engram for Bijan and Kittle? Engram's hurt. I don't think you can make this deal though. I don't think the Bijan owner is going to give him up for an injured running back in Achane.
Well, is it?
If you can do it, I prefer the Bijan side, but
yeah, I think the difference.
Hobbled, but he's still playing.
Yeah, he's playing. Like we just saw his usage. Like it really like I'm surprised they're buying Ingram. That's the weird thing for me because he's the one that's hurt and like didn't play last week and is dealing with injury. So it seems weird. I think it's buying high on Achane and selling low on Bijan, I guess. But like they're similar players to me.
That's what I mean, though. I want Bijan and Kittle. Like Bijan Kittle side is getting the two better players, I think. So I don't know if you can get that deal through.
I think the Kittle side.
Yeah, and especially with Debo out for at least a month here, I definitely want Kittle for that stretch. Ingram, who knows what's going to happen? That offense just looks bad right now in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
the guy's second running back was Pierre Strong. That's still an overpayment. This is where like I let J.K. Dobbins, Carson Steele, Jordan Mason. Those are guys where I want to pay up heavily on the waiver wire. But I'm not giving up a proven asset off my roster. Like I'll give you 70% for Jordan Mason off my waiver wire, but I'm not giving you a first round pick next year for him. Like there's, I get it. These hot names, even Dobbins. Like I would have fucking spent all my fab budget on him. Not giving you a first round pick for him.
That's crazy.
People overpay.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So back to this game. Back to this game, we got. I don't think. Neither quarterback is making it in. I get Superflex. We're going to disregard. Superflex is a different monster. Single QB. I know Brissett's probably your last ranked guy. Rodgers, it's got to be a hell of a bad scenario. Like last week, I stacked him. I started him in a Superflex because I had Garrett Wilson and I wanted to stack him in that league. He's on my bench firmly now for Geno every single fucking week. And I'm not even, I'm not considering it until they turn it around.
100%. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, I think I have Rodgers at QB 26 this week. Like, I don't want to start Rodgers in this matchup. Like, the Patriots defense still like they got some good players. It's competent. It's not that bad. So we've seen their offense struggle. They'll probably struggle again this week. So,
but this could be 10-6 this game, could it not?
Yeah,
legitimate.
Yeah, probably should be. Yeah,
yeah.
And
I don't even know what's the weather. Even that could be even worse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to look. The problem we got some bangers this week with this game and the game we'll talk about later, which is Steelers Titans. But yeah, or whatever it is. It's not even Titans, it's Chargers, so it's worse. But easy. Yeah, the issue here is you were mentioning people paying up for Braylon Allen. The reason they're paying up on the wire is because the Jets just don't throw the ball. Aaron Rodgers has proven that he's going to milk the clock on every single play down to like 3, 2, 1 seconds on the play clock. They just run so slow there. Braylon Allen right now is probably the best handcuff in fantasy because if Brees goes down, Braylon steps right into a massive workload with a good defense. They're going to be in games. He's probably the number one guy you want stashed on your bench in case of a Brees injury. But yeah, he's just a stash right now. You can't play him.
I get stashing him, but he had 7 carries and 4 targets. He was worthwhile last week because he scored 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Jets aren't going to score 2 touchdowns total most games, let alone him. It's a situation where I'm willing to stash him, but I don't want to pay. Like I seen 75% of my fab budget in not mine, but people's budgets. I'd rather pay. Like I seen him going for 70% and Carson Steele going for 10%. Carson Steele's going to get starts. Braylon Allen's an elite handcuff, but he's still a handcuff. So I'm not paying up. He was a guy where if I could go in and bid on him for 10, I'll take him. But like you're probably going to still be leaving him on your bench after dropping all your fab on him. You're not playing him this week in this matchup. So
you're not playing him as long as Brees is healthy. Like you're just not going to do it.
Receivers on both teams, is it Garrett Wilson or bust? Like, do you want to start Lazard? Do you have any interest in any Patriot?
No. Like Polk's the best Patriot wide receiver, but like he's not getting enough targets to be fantasy viable. So I think like with those wide receivers until Drake May comes in, like I'm not starting a Patriots wide receiver. It just is what it is. Like Brissett is just not good enough to elevate these guys. So it's kind of they're just going week by week just trying to survive. So I'm not starting a Patriots wide receiver.
All right, let's move on. The tight ends are what they are. They're desperation options. If you have to start them, you start them. I don't really want either. We're taking too long. Giants at Browns. That's what Jeremy's messaging me in the private comments. Apparently he agrees we're taking too fucking long.